Hello, my name is Ashley Roby. I am David Roby's wife. Earlier last year, David made a video in regards to James McCormick. And with the current events happening on Facebook right now with McCormick coming out and making false accusations towards the Department of Agriculture and Commissioner Kent Leonhardt, I have decided to come out with another video in regards to James. We have been working on this since November, after James verbally attacked my husband and started making up false accusations towards him. I decided to look into him a little bit more, and it took me a while to gather up all the information that I found on him. So I decided to make this video and have basically a screen capture so you can see everything. I was going to turn this into a PowerPoint and have PDFs for you guys to follow. But since he's kind of coming down on the Department of Ag and Kent right now, it's kind of crucial for us to come out with this video. So it's not as organized as I wanted it to be. It would have taken me a couple more months to actually organize it for you all to look at it, but
yeah, it's a lot of stuff, and he's for whatever reason he's starting to make wild accusations against the WVDA, especially Commissioner Leonhardt and staff there. They're completely unfounded. He made a post yesterday that was just wildly inaccurate. So it's time to just try to get this out now. So hopefully you'll understand, and we provide plenty of information. Everything's documented and copied and screenshots and lots of it. So.
And hopefully after we come out with this information, everything remains up and running. I know a few pages have been taken down, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But for those of you who have not been following this whole ordeal, back in November, James McCormick, on behalf of
Military Order of the Purple Heart, he started a video in support of Richard Ojeda, and he started the video out with, "I'm James McCormick, and I am the commander of the West Virginia chapter of Military Order of the Purple Heart," and then goes on his spiel supporting Richard Ojeda. And a lot of it was his military record, which he's made wild claims about people questioning his record and this, that, and the other. But it doesn't matter. Former Senator Ojeda lost the election, and Carol Miller was elected. So, but that's what started it all. His abuse of his position with Military Order of the Purple Heart, and using that as to add credence to what he was saying on the behalf of Richard Ojeda. Myself and several other veterans said, "Hey, you really shouldn't do that. You can't do that." And then it got into a whole debate and accusations and
your personal information.
Yeah, outing my personal information that he gained through the West Virginia Department of Agriculture. His position when he worked for the state, he had access to my personal information, and he put it out on social media, on Facebook, which there's copies of those posts and everything like that. But he felt no qualms about doing that. But like I said, his post yesterday was, basically in reference of Commissioner Leonhardt using veterans data that was at WVDA, but yet he did the same thing to me in November. So it was okay for him to do it, but now he's making these wild accusations that Commissioner Leonhardt's doing, which is, I don't believe that's true whatsoever. But that's what he does. He accuses people of things he actually does. So we'll get to it now.
So McCormick also he was forced to take down the video, the first one he did. He made a second one attacking 3 veterans, my husband included. He made one comment in that video that kind of shocked me. He kind of, Where is it? Sorry. Oh, he said that stolen valor and false accusations are probably the two worst things that you could commit outside of child molestation. So that's where and what you rank when you all do stuff like that. Accusing my husband of saying that he was saying that Jada had stolen valor and his records weren't true and he was lying about it, which my husband never said anything like that.
And that's a direct quote. And I quote, "Stolen valor and false accusation are probably the two worst things you can commit outside of child molestation." So that's where you rank at when all you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
His grammar's a little wacky.
Yeah. I quoted him, so I had to put that in there.
I mean, that's exactly what he said. So he's equating fellow veterans, which, brother, he uses the term brother all the time, and he's all for vets, but until you disagree with him, then he's not. So
he also mentions in the video shortly after, pertaining to the 3 veterans he was talking about in the video, he said, "Bring out your records. You want to meet me? Come out. Bring out your records." And he said, "You know what? If you don't, that's fine. I may do a FOIA on you," pertaining to military records and getting access to them. And he said he wants
which would be abuse of his military or his VSO status.
He said, "We will let the whole world see it." So he was going to leak information. I mean, Freedom of Information Act, but he shouldn't access it anyway.
He's a VSO for Military with Purple Heart, so by doing that and using it in that context that he said he would use it in is actually a violation of his VSO. The training he received from the Department of Veterans Affairs is in direct violation because he's using it for a less than honorable reason.
Well, you shouldn't do a FOIA on people's information if you are going to use it to.
Yeah, only in a capacity that he's working with the veteran for
malicious
awards or something like that. To use it maliciously like that, no, you can't do that. So he's already admitted that he has the capacity and he's willing to do that. So
this was video number 2, and it was also taken down, but not before we downloaded it. So we do have this video available. If you would like it, if you want to see all these, just let us know and we can upload them for you. He made a 3rd video. Not much was said. No names were called out on it, but he was talking about what had transpired over the last few weeks, or over the course of those few weeks. And this video was kind of try to save face and to make himself look a little better.
Backpedaling.
Yeah. So that one I do believe is still up. If it's not, we downloaded that one as well. So yeah, I think we should get started here and see what we've found so far on him. Bear with us. Again, this is not organized. I have everything just thrown into folders. I should have organized when I first started. But I kind of just would find something and save it real quick just in case it got deleted or I couldn't find it again. So bear with me. We are going to get started first on here. Yes, on his LinkedIn profile. And I'll just slowly...
Now, before we get started on this, and honestly, the reason why we looked into him, because he made all these accusations and personally attacked me. I stood up for myself, and he, again, came back at me. He's also made other posts online instead of videos attacking me.
We'll get to those later, too.
Yeah, he's actually defamation and slandered me towards the Gold Star mothers in posts on Facebook. Woody, I mean, just, veterans, anybody that'll listen to him, he's done that. So he's made it, I don't want to say personal because this goes beyond personal because people like him don't belong in the positions that he's had, giving him access to sensitive information because he's willing to do whatever he wants to with it, as you'll see. So
he definitely does not need to be a voice for veterans in the state of West Virginia, that's for sure.
All right.
Okay, so the first thing that we notice is his name, of course, veteran and national security advocate. And next to his name it says PhD. Let's go into the PhD. Now, for someone who's served 24 years in the military. I'm not saying it's impossible. A PhD and being a doctor is pretty impressive. Let's go to where he has his education. Well, let's see where his education's from first. Here we go. Doctor of Philosophy, King's Cross Victory Bible College.
So Doctor of Philosophy in 2016 to 17. Now, mind you, we all know, honesty, integrity, service before self. Yeah, I question all this about Mr. McCormick.
Now, before I get started or go any further, what I'm about to show you is I found online. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have anyone look anything up. All of this is free information that he has posted himself online. And what I talk about right here, and when I say I think, or this is what I found, these are just my opinions on this guy. Yeah. Okay, you kind of like look at this information, what I'm giving you, and make your own opinions, please.
Okay. We would look this stuff up. She would find something, I'd find something, and we would just look it over and go, yeah, seriously? And like she said, it's all online. It's all out there. Some of it's been removed in the recent.
I got screenshots, though, so I could prove that it's been up there. But feel free. I'm going to go slow. Feel free to look at this yourself and to dig a little deeper if you can. So his education, this is the college he went to. This is where he got his degree.
His Doctor of Ministerial Studies, his PhD, as he refers to it.
So they're telling you right here what to do and how to get the degree. Again, look at the link, follow it, look at it for yourself. It's
okay. Go back up a little bit, and I'll point something out real quick. So in order to get this degree, all you do is you apply, you fill out some paperwork, you send them. Go back up a little bit.
Here's the application.
Oh, yeah, here's the application fee. It's all in there easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Davey, $39.50 cover the cost of enrollment, administration, the mailing of the course study for the DMS and the workbook. And then additional charge of $75 when you complete the DMS study and send in the completed workbook. So they give you a workbook, you do that, study, fill out the workbook, and then they go over your, everything you've submitted in the workbook and your papers and everything like that. And voila, you get your degree. This is what's called a degree mill. It's not accredited. This is not by any means close to being a true educational degree whatsoever. It's a fake degree. So, yeah, it's fake. His PhD, his DMS is, you can go read the whole site if you want to. victorynetwork.org.
And he's proud of it.
Yeah.
He lists it on his LinkedIn.
Well, not just that, everywhere. It's in multiple locations.
On his Facebook page.
And, if I were an employer or group or organization out there, these are the things I would look at and, get verification of. But apparently that's not been done by a lot of them. So,
okay.
So there's that one.
So, yay. Genesis School of Natural Health.
Similar type place. Here's accreditation and memberships. It's right there. Genesis has not and is not seeking accreditation through the U.S. Department of Education. So again, another
the government does not recognize a school.
Yeah, it's not accredited by the Department of Education. It's just kind of like a degree mill type thing too. Something you can do some quick workbooks, paperwork, and whatnot on it, and send it in. Send them some money, and that's what the big deal is. Pay for your degree, and they give it to you. And he proposed that too, as a thing.
Now, I haven't looked into the other colleges.
Yeah, those two are enough. Just to, I'm sure some of these are West Virginia State University, which is verifiable. I'm sure. I'm sure some of these, Putnam
I question his other degrees that he has just because of those first two that I've seen. Quite frankly, I question everything about this man after what I've found. So
I'm sure some of them may be legit. Who knows? Who would lie about all those? But we honestly, at this point, we don't know. But those first two alone, the most recent ones, is what we did, and haven't been verifying all the other ones because those two are enough.
Okay, so this was I didn't start off here. I started off on his Facebook page, but I decided to just bring you here first so I can kind of go over his degrees because I didn't know where else to kind of fit it in. So now you know his degrees are kind of fake. Well, some of them anyways. The next thing I'm going to go to is something that has been taken down from Facebook. He used to have a Vets for Energy Facebook page. I do have screenshots of the page and where he shared it. He also has like a bunch of Facebook videos and stuff that he's recorded that are probably, I think when you take the page down, you probably lose the videos as well. If you want proof that there was a Facebook page, just let me know and I'll show you the screenshot instead of going through like the 300 screenshots that I have. Yeah,
it's been everywhere, so I'm sure some of you are watching this can verify that you've seen the Vets for Energy thing. And the way it is it's a national thing, and he is just the representative for West Virginia. But this is actually under a different organization. If you look at this page and go clear to the bottom of it, you'll see where it says at the bottom, the disclaimers, site sponsored by American Energy Forum. Is truly who runs this. Now, if you try to look up American Energy Forum, they don't exist. You can't find them. You'll find some interesting articles on them.
This one we still have to dig into a little bit more. We're still really not all the way.
It sounds like something that he's trying to get in on to, I don't know, but using his military status, his veteran status and everything, as you can see, military awards, military officer, all that stuff is everywhere, and good for him. I'll stop here. I respect his awards in military service. It's nothing about this, but that's what he, that's his claim to fame, and if he rightly deserves that, he rightly deserves that. It's nothing about his service or anything like that. It's about what he's done after that and continues to do constantly, multiple times, multiple pages, multiple things he's done. It's, so his service aside,
he uses his service and his medals to connect with those he's trying or conveying that he's trying to help.
Right. He wants to have the good guy image, which, and then.
All right. So of course this is all James McCormick, kind of up talking and promoting himself here. I still haven't figured out this Vets for Energy. It says somewhere that it's like a group of veterans who are trying to advocate for energy.
Yeah, do you have that article?
Well, veterans working to ensure national security through energy security. So he goes around and talks on behalf of energy. They said that they don't they're not affiliated with any group, but I personally find that hard to believe because
they are.
Where are they getting money from?
Yeah, the bottom of the page expressly says they're affiliated with. That's who pays for who they're under.
And there's this, right? Is this it? Yeah.
Yeah, it goes over a July 14, 2013 article about Vets for Energy. But there was an article about who Vets for Energy really was. It's the one at the top. What's his pro? I think it's that one.
No.
Oh, it's not it?
I don't think so. This is just another.
No, that's the article where it's talking about, So if you see here, it says, pro-fracking group Vets for Energy is a front for the oil industry. So this was from 2016. Yeah. And this is basically saying what Vets for Energy really is. Now, remember, Vets for Energy is a nationwide organization. McCormick just happens to run the West Virginia leg of it, or if you will. So, and basically, it's just going on to tell you how, it's a front for the oil industry. The oil industry is using this Vets for Energy and using veterans, and Mr. McCormick is party to this, to try to get, pro-fracking and voting and legislators and everything like that to vote, and that's all it is. It's a lobbying group is what it is. So he's a lobbyist, but they try to label it something else, and that's not what it is. So
here again is
this is Joe Manchin's website speaking about Vets for Energy and. who they're tied into and everything. And this is all stuff you can find online. It wasn't too difficult.
Like I said, we don't really know too much about this yet.
Yeah, it's very odd because when you start digging into Vets for Energy and the other group that sponsored them,
comes up.
It goes to pages where it says error. So it's like it makes it kind of shady and kind of weird.
By all means, if anyone is really good into digging up stuff,
if you want to,
please look into this because it's just really weird.
Or somebody who watches this knows what's going on with this stuff, feel free to let us know because it's weird.
And he has videos, Vets for Energy.
This is YouTube.
Yeah.
Not very many, but they're on there. And
he does a radio station
podcast radio
for 30 minutes every other Monday.
And he has another one too that he does.
Brain Injury Radio.
TBI, brain.
Yeah. And he has like 2 hour long.
And I toughed it out. He actually, someone mentioned that my name was mentioned on there too, and he in fact did bring my name up again on one of his little podcasts. But they really have nothing to do. The one I listen to has nothing to do with TBI or brain injury. It's just him going on a rant about all kind of stuff
and promoting
himself,
his pages, which I'm about to get into. His pages,
multiple. So
his YouTube and all this stuff is like, what's so bad about having a YouTube and all this? James McCormick, National Veterans Advocacy Director.
On that YouTube there, that's the only one that I see is that. That's how it came up, was the Vets for Energy thing. A little speech he gave, so. And this is all public record. You can find this very easily. It's not too difficult to do. It's not like we did anything sinister to find it all, so.
Okay. So that's kind of just some random stuff there that we found. Still important to everything. These are the pages. These are the Facebook pages. These are all of the groups that he runs on Facebook.
His personal page.
He has his cell phone and landline linked to this. His landline, I do believe, is in his wife's Heather's name.
And none of this information, again, these cells and landlines, this is all on the internet. This is nothing we're putting out there that he hasn't put out there.
But we knew the cell phone number because he contacted you after all of this happened from that cell phone number.
He sent me text messages. And,
these are all the pages. Yeah. I know that there's more out there. So I just haven't
go back up a little bit real quick. So the WVDA, he's no longer part of. He resigned in January, I believe, which when all this stuff happened with me and everything, certain things, were put into motion. So I'm sure he didn't really have much of a choice. I'm not going to go into the full story because I know exactly what happened and everything with that. So he's no longer associated with the WVDA anymore, of course, and that's why he's bad talking them constantly on the Facebook page. You'll see here the Veterans Warriors Agriculture. He actually hijacked that page. He started that page for the state of West Virginia for the program. And now, it's like 4,000 some members on there. And now he has completely taken it away from them and runs it as his own page. And it's really not. That's not the way things go. That page was started and the tons of posts on there and everything for the state program. And he's basically hijacked it because he started, I'm sure, as, the director for the program. But when you leave a job, you don't take things like that with you. You turn it over to the state of West Virginia, to the WVDA, which he didn't do. Farmer Veteran Coalition, West Virginia chapter, he's in charge of that. Raising Cane Farms, that's still good. Veterans Council for Economic Security, that one's still good. The Agrarian Innovation Coalition, that's still good.
Now, the Minuteman Farmer, that has actually changed. It doesn't show him being a member of it, but I do have a screenshot with the landline attached to it, and I will show that.
And that was part of the state, actually. That was something he was trying to do through the state of West Virginia as well, way back a few years ago. And from what I know, that didn't work out well either, and was cut off. So
if you go and look at that page now, you're going to see nothing to do with McCormick, but he used to own that page. Here it is. That's what it used to look like. And I do believe it has the same profile picture and other picture up at the top.
No phone number on there.
Yep, the phone number, raisingcanefarms.com, which does not work. That link does not work.
Yeah, there's no raisingcanefarms.com website though.
So that's what it used to look like. It has changed since then, so I don't know if he still is a part of that Facebook page, but he used to be. So the Vets for Energy, like I told you, it used to exist. There is Veterans Council for Economic Security. That is his page promoting Vets for Energy, his thing that he does. So.
Now, one thing you'll notice, and Ash will get to it here shortly, all of his pages that he has, the multiple pages that you see here that I was going down, there's probably more, but these are ones we found. We just got tired of looking for them because he has so many. They all, if you go look at them, you'll notice if you look at the same date on each one, you'll have the same posts. And it's like the James McCormick show. It's like everything's about him and this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. And make that large real quick. So, the posts are the same across all of them. So you definitely know they're his pages. But the Military of the Purple Heart, he is the commander for the West Virginia chapter, Military of the Purple Heart.
That's for Energy, which is no longer there.
That's for Energy, which that Facebook's gone.
New Haven House of Prayer, that is his ministry that he's tied in with his consignment shop, as well as Raising Cane Farms. So that's all tied together. Kind of funny. Sorry. My opinion, I think he put all that together to evade taxes, but that's just me. My opinion. Vets for Agriculture, that's another page of his. Advocates Inc. is their web page now leads you to some pharmaceutical.
Yeah, some weird.
So that link is taken down completely, but I do believe I have screenshots of his photo and stuff being on the page. Like I said, I'd have to go through like 300 something screenshots. So if you need it, if you want it, just let me know and I will provide it.
And a little sidebar here, a little mention. Advocates Inc. and the Vets for Energy, they're not advocates. In other words, for advocates, they're lobbyists. They're lobbyist groups. Now, mind you, he held a position with the state of West Virginia as a state employee, and he was part of 2 lobbying groups. You can't really do that.
He actually spoke on behalf of the state in some posts.
Yeah. And Advocates Inc. Is one of those things. If you do a search for Advocates Inc. in Washington, D.C., just type in James McCormick, Advocates Inc., Washington, D.C., and you'll see it'll give you results on Google. But when you click on them, none of them work.
Pharmaceutical, like a generic drug or something that pops
weird,
up.
like
it's
a
weird.
foreign buy pill here type thing. It's weird. Pops up now. But again, that's a lobbying group. It's advocates. Advocate's a nice word for lobbyists. It's a lobbyist. The Parchment Valley Veterans Therapeutic Program, is that one still good?
Yeah, I do believe so. We'll get into it. I have all the windows open. So
West Virginians for Truth.
I have not proved that is his page, but he shares everything, James McCormick. He shares everything from all the other pages.
The same thing, yeah. If you go to all the pages and look at it, it's the same post across each one.
Well, you'll see a pattern of posts being shared and James being talked about.
And of course, his LinkedIn.
And his LinkedIn, which I think he has like 3 or 4 LinkedIns, and they all say something a little different. And I didn't feel like going through all of that, but it's, All right, so we are going to start the James McCormick Facebook show. And we'll start off with his Facebook page. Let me make it clear, everything's open. I'm not friends with James, but everything of his is open.
Now, this is stuff you can go look at. There's pictures of his family on there and whatnot, but you can go on our web pages, our Facebook pages, and see the same. I mean, if you don't want it out there, don't put it out there.
Right. But he made it really easy for us to find everything.
Yeah.
All right.
That's his personal page.
which I'm not going to get into much.
And you can see yeah.
But he manages these pages. I'm not sure if he's well aware that it shows what pages you manage on your Facebook page, but it does. So these I really don't have to go too much into since it says on his page that he manages it. So Military Order of the Purple Heart is the first page we'll look at. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of skim through and you will see that it is the James McCormick Show.
Now, mind you, Military Purple Heart is a congressionally chartered organization. He's a VSO for them. But everything on there, not everything, but the bulk majority of it is about him. He's in all this. He's in all that, it's just everywhere. And, of course, he ties in other things to, from other pages into this page.
Shares his own posts off his own personal page. Right. Hold on, because I know I can bring it up. Hold on. I do believe he shares from his other farmer pages, and again, this is stuff that you can go see.
We'll go back up real quick, and you'll notice here. I don't know how Military Purple Heart's okay with this.
Yeah.
Notice the shirt he's wearing. It says Vets for Energy, and he's speaking for Military Purple Heart. I mean, that's a lobbyist group.
Yeah.
And Military Order of the Purple Heart is okay with this? Now, mind you, whenever he put his little video up there for Richard Ojeda and everything like that, several veterans contacted Military Order of the Purple Heart expressing their concern and saying, hey, he shouldn't be, using his position with you guys, to do this. And he was. So the post was taken down, I believe, under order from Military of the Purple Heart for him to do so. It wasn't like he grew a conscience and took it down. He was told to take it down. From my knowledge, that's what I was told. So
that's just amazing. He shared his own post.
So
he runs his page and he shared his own post saying that's amazing. Okay.
Mind you, you understand, he put up a post for Military of the Purple Heart, and then he comments it from his own profile saying, that's amazing. So he's basically talking to himself.
Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture.
And don't get me wrong, there's good things in here that he's part of or promotes, but it's all for the means justify the end. And it's all about James McCormick. It all comes down to him. So, but this is one of the pages
that's for energy, by the way.
Yeah, that's for energy. I wonder if I was Military Purple Heart, I wouldn't be too thrilled with that, really.
No, look.
So.
He promotes every page that he's a part of every page that he's a part of.
To understand the problem with that is, so as Military of the Purple Heart, he's basically using that position to give credibility to Vets for Energy. It's not right. So he's basically saying Military Order of Purple Heart supports this. And they're okay with that? I don't think they know about it. They must not pay attention or don't even know about it. Maybe they don't know this page exists. I don't know. I wouldn't be okay with that if I was the national commander. I wouldn't be okay at all. So
this is his ministries. We're Christian, and this just really bothers me, like really bad. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to touch up on this. But
it's a touchy subject for us because it's basically
he's using yet another way to kind of pull at your heartstrings to get you to donate, because all over his pages is donate to my cause.
Constantly asking for donations, constantly asking
his
for
ministries,
money,
to his farm,
his ministries, to his farm, to everything he can. And that's what he started out back in like 2012 or whatever. Constantly, hey, we need this, we need that, we need to help these vets out, and none of it's for it's just stuff he needed for his farm to get it started or for his whatever to get it started. He puts on a good show. He really does.
Oh, he's wonderful at talking.
Yeah, so
that's why he sells himself so well. He is wonderful at talking. That's how he sold himself in the whole agriculture thing, because he has no experience in farming, by the way, none.
Well, and we'll get to that here shortly. It's like I don't know how he got involved in agriculture.
His ministries isn't even open to the public, that I believe. I mean, he made a post saying that his service starts at like 1 o'clock, but he does nothing but online things. And his ministries is in his consignment and in like the back.
Yeah. And you have that picture up anywhere?
I do not.
There's a picture of it though. You can see it's from the consignment shop, and it shows piles of like stuff from the consignment shop, and then it shows this pulpit and everything behind it. So he does it there, I guess, and you don't have to worry about that. We have it. We have all kind of stuff. It's all recorded. But honestly, to full honesty disclosure, a lot of people start ministries or preaching or whatever because they're tax exempt. Nonprofits are tax exempt, so they're good to start up as a way to move money around. Who's going to question a ministry? Who's going to look at that?
And he tied his farm in with it. Raising Cane Farms right there to the right side. Now, I'm not too familiar on how it works with donations and everything, but if someone donated something to you, you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it, would you? If they donated it to your nonprofit? Yeah, no. The tricks about nonprofits are basically all the funds you receive during the whole year, I mean, you have to use those funds. You can't have only a certain amount left over by the end of the year. But I mean, from what I've seen, no one really donates to him. He's just always constantly asking for donations. I mean, if you do donate to him on this or any other little ventures, I'm sorry for you, but those donations probably weren't used well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that because... Now, notice on the right-hand side of the screen in the About sections, always pay attention to the phone numbers. Okay, there's going to be 2 phone numbers, like shown in here. These 2 phone numbers pop up on a lot. So just pay attention to those. Right, and that's what ties a lot of his stuff together, too. You'll see the phone numbers over there. This is touchy for David here. Yeah, Farmer Veteran Coalition, I've been a member of for a while. Mr. Gorman, this is a good organization that somehow McCormick's gotten into. And I would say under false pretenses. Let me say this. His farm, there are no state or federal records for his Raising Cane Farms. There is no physical address listed on the website, on the Facebook, which we'll get to. It's all P.O. Box, which several of those other ventures are tied to. Or the 301, which is his church or his ministry and consignment shop. So there's no actual physical address or listing for that. Now, I do believe his family has some property up in Leon, West Virginia, which is Mason County. But I'm pretty sure it's his. It was his father's and his mother's, and then left in a trust for other family members. I think that is his, but his name's not on it at all in any way, shape, or form. So there's no verifiable information for his farm. There's no pictures of his farm. As a farmer in agriculture, I'm proud of what I have and what I've accomplished. The sweat of my brow and my labor. My family and everything, we love what we have and everything. We're proud of it, So we have pictures of our farm and things we do everywhere. I answer people's questions on farming and stuff like that. And there's nothing of his farm. It's like it doesn't exist. For a man who has so much information put on and so many different pages, you think there would be more proof of his farm. Now, please, hey, and I know he's going to see this. If you've been there, if you have pictures of it, show us. Yeah, if it's a real place and there's bamboo growing everywhere and fields of it everywhere and sorghum growing everywhere. Yeah. But he says that he works under the guise of he lets people come out there and work and veterans, but I haven't seen anything. Yeah, that's another touchy thing, too. I'm not going to get into that award that he received back in 2012 based off of this Raising Cane Farms that was established in around 2012. It's just weird. So notice the post. Raising Cane Farms. Outstanding. He's commenting from... So this is him the posting. He's in charge. He's the director of Farmer Veteran Coalition chapter in West Virginia. Okay, Farmer Veteran Coalition is a great organization. It's across all 50 states. He is the director or in charge of the chapter in West Virginia. Which says so right here, team members.
Right.
Okay. Now watch this. This is what's really funny. Okay. This post right here, they shared this from Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture. Okay. Raising Cane Farms commented, outstanding. So he's talking in the third or fourth
person. So he puts a comment on this page, Farmer Veteran Coalition, from Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture, which is his page. And then he comments from his Raising Cane Farms as outstanding.
It took me like 3 days of digging in to be like, wait a minute.
It's crazy, that he's go to that length to.
He's cornered. I wouldn't say cornered the market.
Cornered, but
he's basically speaking. He's trying to speak for every veteran in the state of West Virginia by creating all of these different groups. That's a little.
And it's mainly energy, which is natural gas, petroleum, and agriculture. Those two things are the things he's trying to do.
So it's all, okay, again, it's the James McCormick Show, people. Mm-hmm. His group, Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture, sharing.
So mind McCormick. You, Farmer Veteran Coalition, and I'm not sure if I keep shaking the camera here. I'm not sure if they're aware about this either, but so this is the Farmer Veteran Coalition page, but he's promoting his other page, Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture, on their page. So he's using their national notoriety and their organization to promote his stuff. I, again, would not be okay with that if I ran Farmer Veteran Coalition, Mr. Gorman. It's touchy, and it's all about, Veterans and Warriors Agriculture. Share again, the Farmer Veteran Coalition, It just goes on military or Purple Heart.
Yeah.
He ties all these things in together.
I'm not going to stay too long on these pages, but you can see phone number his the 301 Fifth Street. That is his ministries.
Mm-hmm. That's his ministry and his consignment shop. And now Farmer Veteran Coalition is part of his ministry and consignment shop.
That page is his. I don't know.
Well, who knows?
You'll notice on the related pages that when you pull up a page, it'll show you a lot of his pages are tied in.
They could be.
I don't know. I haven't looked into anything else.
Yeah, it gets tiring after a while when you're at 13 or 14 pages.
The phone number, it's his page. Obviously, team members, his page. Another little thing he has going on.
Community organization, nonprofit organization. Is his nonprofit valid for this?
I never looked. You were the one that looked into his nonprofit, so I wasn't sure if any of them were.
Yeah, you can go. Some of them are. I think Raising Cane still is in his ministry, which are tied together in the same nonprofit.
I thought it was an LLC, though. It showed up as an LLC.
I think they changed it to the nonprofit. But the thing about it is he has a couple of them. And you can go online to the West Virginia SOS, the website, and just type in his name and pull up what he has as a nonprofit. And
all public information.
And several of them on there, three or four of them or so, were actually revoked for non-reporting, which means he didn't report the financials, he didn't report the structures of them, which is not a good thing. So they just cancel your nonprofit for that, or your business license. But you can go to West Virginia's the state website and pull up business licenses and his nonprofits. And
this one says Don Smith, but this used to be his. I mean, like I said.
Yeah, well, right down here it says P.O. Box 883. That's the post office box. So down there at the bottom, right to the right of the picture, it says post office box. That's his post office box in New Haven, which is also tied to Raising Cane Farms.
So he doesn't have this page any longer, I don't think.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture. Now, this is a page that used to be for the state program, Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture. All right. The Homegrown by Heroes logo he's holding there in his hands was gotten for and dealt with the state program. There's posts in here. I'm sure you can see that. So this has 4,000 some members that all joined this page when it was under the state. And I don't know if these people realize or not that this is no longer under the state of West Virginia. This is the James McCormick Show yet again. He posts some good stuff up on here and this, that, and the other. But again, it's all about him and what he's doing. And, $200 raised for Farmer Veteran Coalition. 3 people donated. Conversations with WVDA. In all fairness, I've left out some of the more toxic comments, but have tagged the WVDA commissioner, who I am certain will take those one-on-one messages. The goal is to fix it, not just toss each other under the proverbial bus, which he's doing to the commissioner now. And basically, I'm going to venture bold-faced lying about some of the things Commissioner Leonhardt's doing.
You got to take a look at this page. Go there for yourself. Look at February 18th. Accusations. Now, for someone who runs a bunch of veteran groups, agriculture groups, whatever you want to label it under, he talks about the problems that we face, but he never has any solutions. He's like I said before, he's really, really good at talking, and that's how he puts himself in these positions.
Yeah, he's a talker. Go on down. Where's the post that he put up? Was it yesterday?
No. Here, it would have been up then.
No, it's down more. Go down. It's right. One more down, I think.
No, that's the 18th.
Did he take it down?
It's the 28th.
He shared one yesterday. It was after that one right there. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, you skipped over. Right. Now, if you notice this post, this was from yesterday, 23 hours ago. I received several calls today from some frustrated veterans asking about a letter they received from Commissioner Kent Leonhardt. This is Commissioner of the West Virginia Department of Agriculture, his former boss, asking for support and donations for a possible run for governor. I think he'd be a pretty good governor. Personally, that's he's doing pretty good right now as the commissioner. Please know that no one on this page had anything to do with that, nor will we ever. Well, that page used to belong to the state, and they should get it back, in my opinion. I shall make a formal complaint, however, suggest that each of you send that letter you received to the West Virginia Secretary of State Office, investigative section, if you feel this goes against ethical or legal rules. Now, you can see where that he's leading you. He's telling you what to do, and then he goes into, well, if you feel this goes against ethical or legal rules. So he's telling you it's wrong, and then he's saying, well, if you feel to, go ahead. But see, he's already telling you what to do. I know most who receive this letter are offended and feel your privacy has been violated. As for your DD-214s, I'm unsure who controls those documents at this time. That's a pretty brave statement to make. Click on the comments real quick. You have to click on see all down there because it doesn't. There you go. You all 5 comments.
I'm used to my phone.
I know, right? Oh, there we go.
58 minutes ago.
He actually responded. So anyways.
Oh, someone else responded to your stuff too and laughed at it.
That's good. That's fine. Click on view 2 more replies. So I actually got tired of him bad-mouthing the commissioner and the WVDA, especially because I know a bunch of stuff about this and him. The comments made on this site by 2 people tagging Kent Leonhardt make it pretty clear that I've hit a nerve and exposed a very poor decision made to solicit veterans for political gains. Let me tell you something. In all honesty, my hand to God, my information's in the database for WVDA, and I've not received a letter, and I'm sure no one else has. Keep it up. I'll start posting 11,000 emails and communications, including how money that was supposed to be used for veterans was instead put into 22% admin fee charges and payrolls for people not even associated with the Veterans Program. Bet that will be well received. So what he's admitting to right there, folks, is he has kept information and emails from the time he worked at WVDA, and he's willing to put that out there on the internet. He just admitted that he will do whatever. The admin fees and charges and payrolls, I don't know. There's a fee for state and government organizations. There's fees for everything. There's a pretty cool program coming up for veterans with equipment and stuff like that the states and the federal government's doing. There'll be fees attached to that too. That's just the way the government is. Oh, no, not discuss anyone but you, Sunshine. This site was set up for the vets to ag, which you are not. Roby, you are a bitter man with zero emphasis on my life or anyone else's. I offered to meet and discuss this with you multiple times, and you instead chose to file false reports for which you ended up getting in trouble for. I've not gotten in trouble for anything. This man is a bold-faced liar.
Oh my gosh. I'm not a liar or a coward.
Yeah, you are. As for rants, one can look at your page and see a 20-minute rant about me. No, see, the 20-minute rant was in response to you personally attacking me.
And don't take this video as a rant.
No, this is just exposing you for what you are, sir. 20-minute rant about me after I called you out for making a comment about having a little birdie watching my house. Yeah, I did say that because someone informed me that he had Ojeda signs in his front yard. And I said, well, little birdie told me that you have Ojeda signs in your front yard. And then when I asked the person, hey, can you send picture or verification of that? They said, no, they're not home right now. I took the post down immediately because it's not fair to make a statement without proof backing it up. That's how I am. So I took that post down and said, and I explained to him, I said, no one can provide proof, so I took it down. So no one's watching your house. No one cares to watch your house. Doing a rant about comment about how bird watch my house. That video you made confirmed the level of ignorance you display on a consistent basis, and then cry like a baby and file false charges at the Office of Special Counsel when someone challenges you on it. I have them right here. The Office of Special Counsel. So this is letting me know that either he received those or someone from FVC spoke with him today and let him know, because I spoke with FVC today and let them know what you're up to, bud. So special counsel, when someone challenges you on it, the what was filed for the Office of Special Counsel was him abusing his VSO position and exposing privacy data of a veteran, myself, the percentage my rating was, and where I work. And then when somebody on one of his posts said we should pay this guy a visit, he told them exactly where I worked. That's to have them come down and visit me at my work. So this is all funny to me. False charges. You did that to a few other veterans too, who all ended up being exonerated. No, I didn't. I did that to one other veteran. Let's get that out here. What was that dude's name? Peyton? Philip Peyton? Philip Peyton. I have the text messages and everything to prove it too. Philip Peyton wanted Mr. McCormick to get his buddy some awards for being blown up. I'm paraphrasing here, because Mr. McCormick, that's what he does to military with Purple Heart. And he admitted this in text message to me that that's why he was working with McCormick. McCormick tried to use this guy who works at the Huntington VA to say stuff to me to calm me down. I wasn't upset to that extent, but what he needs to know is I do stuff the administrative way. And what's the rest of this stuff? Stop being a political hack. Try doing something productive. Stop being a political hack, which he is. If this happened with a Democrat in office, you would have blown it up like you did that cemetery issue. He's still going up. I have screenshots and proof of the cemetery issue was all him.
Not too long ago.
Oh yeah, no, he's so full of it. This is hilarious.
You can actually find those on some page. What page was it?
Oh, I have them all saved.
It's hard to. I can't remember what page I found them.
Now I want to pull them out and show everybody. But he entered into this conversation with me about the cemetery and the Donald Kennard Cemetery up in Charleston because it was in poor condition, and asked if I would go up and take a look at it. And I said, sure, I'll stop by and take a look at it. And I did, and it was some sunken graves and this, that, and the other. And I gave him pictures through his page that he was running, which is now the, Veterans Coalition or whatever. Said nothing about it. He brought up the race of the guy who's the administrator of it or something like that as being black and he'll never be fired. I mean, I have all of this stuff. It's all him, and then he turns around and tries to say it's something else.
Look at hilarious. All the comments, man. He's all fired up. Yeah,
he's triggered. It's fine.
You don't have to read them.
You can't, and his group called you and others to come on here. Kent Leonhardt didn't call me.
No.
This is all me, buddy.
We've been doing this since November.
Yeah. We pulled everything out on you since November.
I haven't lost any sleep on it.
This site I set up in 2013 for WA. The Vets Ag program started in 2015. No, you yourself said you were working for the Vets Ag program in 2013. And you've been using it as such, so whatever. Saying was lying about his service, speaking against teachers and trying to defame. What? You shut up just to defend. Political now.
He never tried to defame a veteran running for Congress.
No.
He never said anything.
No, I don't.
About his record.
Yeah, I don't care about Ojada's record. I was never part of that conversation. Actually, I have another Facebook from James McCormick, another Facebook Messenger, where he goes into, hey, go like this Veterans for Ojeda page. And I said, no, I don't like this bill. And then I don't like this bill. I don't like what he did to David Woosley about getting him fired. Nothing about his service record. That's what I told James McCormick when he approached me to go like Ojada's page. I just don't like the guy's political views, and I've said that a million times over. He said, you all asked me to look at his record. I never asked him. He chose to look at his record. I don't care about Ojada's service record. I don't care. It's not important. The law or his combat? No. You got spun up on me anyways when I told folks to stop attacking the man's. No, I got spun up. The problem is, you attacked me for saying you shouldn't be using your military with a Purple Heart to bolster your, what you're saying about a political candidate.
He wants to bring you on both radio shows. And I'm sorry that we're getting into this kind of like whole personal thing.
We just found this just came up. Your radio shows are garbage, and you go on rants and you just mumble through stuff. So
he has 2 hours of airtime tomorrow night. If interested, text me and I'll send you.
I'm not going to call into your show. It's pointless. It's all the James McCormick show. So, yeah. Oh boy, he tries to do that. He tries to. He'll call you out, and then when you don't show up, it's like, well, I offered to. He says that over and over to meet with these guys, whatever. I don't want to meet with you.
Dude, after finding out all of this stuff and you talking to yourself in like the fourth person,
third person,
I believe that this is my opinion, you're very unstable. And I don't want to meet you in person. Okay, I don't want to meet you in person.
Anyways, though, that's funny. So this is a Veterans Wars agriculture that really he shouldn't know.
Damn, James, you're always caught up in drama.
Yeah, Steve Williamson. So Steve Williamson just keeping it real and telling the veterans I'm not the one out soliciting for money. Yes, you are, buddy. All right, let's get into that. Let's pass this junk up. Good job.
Yeah, but this page is just like every single other one. It's the James McCormick show. He shares his page. And I can go on down further. My internet's really slow because we live out in the middle of nowhere. So it'd take forever to load. But take a look for yourself and go down pretty far. Go down as far as you want.
If you really care to find the truth on these posts and these pages, go clear to the beginning of them and look at how the progression of them and what he does. And, it's all about him.
We are giving you the tools you need to start looking for yourself.
And again, the reason why I'm doing it, because funny right here, it says David Roby likes this. I'm surprised he didn't ban me from the page. He wants conflict. He wants to, And the reason why I comment on this, because he's telling bold-faced lies.
Okay. So he actually tied in Farm Vet Co. to this page as well.
Yeah. So he's using the Farmer Veteran Coalition website for Veterans Wars Agriculture, his page. Wonder if they know about that too.
I don't know.
But it doesn't matter. But again, we're making this video. Takes you to
the main page.
Yeah, we're making this video just to expose who he is. And I wouldn't say it's personal for me. It is a little bit because he's attacked me. Again, he slandered me to several people. Total lies, total fabrication. A lot of stuff you say and bring on, prove it then. If you've got all this information stuff, stop running your mouth and prove it. Period. I have all this screenshotted and piles of paper to prove everything.
I have heard that he has helped a lot of veterans in the community. Like that's all over these pages and articles. If you are a veteran he has helped, please come forward and tell us what he has done, because so far I have found nothing. Supposedly he helps homeless veterans on his farm. Prove it. I haven't found any proof. For a man who loves to just put himself out there and what he's done, he hasn't shown anything of where he's actually helped.
He's used one thing he's done as a stepping stone to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to get to where he's gone, to where he's at currently, which is wherever. And you'll see, we'll get to this.
We're not going to lie, like, we thought he was like an outstanding person.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, like whenever I first met him through the ag program here at WDA, I thought, well, this is a pretty cool dude. He's on it, this, that, and the other. And then when I simply stated, hey, you shouldn't be doing this with military or Purple Heart,
boom,
he just lost his
true
stuff.
Colors came out.
And he just, got back over. And like I said, I have screenshots of the whole conversation, the whole rant, videos, everything, to show, he just lost it, and it continues to. So, yeah. But the reason why I comment on that post is because it's not fair to WVDA. It's not fair to him to be making these wild accusations. And if you notice, he didn't mention anything about exposing my personal information as he did. He skipped over that. He didn't answer to that. So, Veterans Council for Economic Security. He's actually changed this name. It used to be called something else.
Phone number, landline.
Nonprofit organization.
This is his page. He runs it. As you can see by the landline. I mean, they're all connected.
Recommendations and reviews. Some people have said this organization hides behind some lofty title that leads veterans. So, he made
related pages. Watch.
Yeah.
West Virginians for Truth. Pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Pay attention to that. We'll get into that later. But this page right here.
Same posts.
James McCormick Show.
Same posts. Same post. Over and over. So basically,
how many people have actually caught on to this but just haven't said anything?
I don't know. Actually, I think I posted that one.
He reshared it.
No. Actually, I was a moderator on this page. I moderated this page, and I actually told him in my video, I think, to just take me off your page since, I don't moderate for you, but I posted up several things on here. Again, I thought he was a stand-up guy. I'm a military of the Purple Heart over there.
You liked that one.
Yeah, this is back October. This is before November.
Veterans and Warriors.
So, And as you can see, if you go up, there's one I like to post and posting his national radio shows on the night and continue mission for whatever.
He shared something of yours.
Yeah. But like I said, I thought, he's a pretty decent guy, No, he's not. He puts on a good front and speaks well, but that's about it. But as you can see in his post, and he loses his stuff. And
another one of his, obviously, he runs it too, Raising Cane Farms. He's attached his farm to this one. Vets
for Agriculture, kind of like Vets for Energy.
Military Order of the Purple Heart.
And you'll see the same post shared across. Well, that's actually from the state.
This one's older, by the way.
I don't think he hits that one too much.
No.
There he is, Purple Heart on his shirt. Talking Farmer Veteran Coalition on his Vets for Agriculture.
Come on, Mr. McCormick. Oh, it's funny.
Anyways.
There's another one of his. Obviously, you've seen this post.
Parchment Valley Veterans Therapeutic Programs.
Notice the related pages over here, all his.
And Farmer Raising Cane Farms, New Haven House of Worship. So Facebook kind of leads you to, hey, here's some other ones that are similar to this because, they have the same posts and the same content.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to recommend those pages to you because it's the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, Military Order of the Purple Heart. James McCormick.
Yep.
James McCormick.
Here's the picture off his same picture he used on Veterans and Warriors Agriculture. Oh, that's sharing Veterans and Warriors Agriculture. Oh. Well, that's on his Veterans Coalition page. That's the same picture on his Veterans Coalition page. Anyways.
I'm going to get to this. I'm going to get to that last. Okay, here is the page that gets me the most. I cannot link him to it, although it is, again, I can go down here. Hold on.
And this is kind of his stunt to talk about a bunch of different general education.
We've seen that post just recently. Yeah. Oh.
There he goes again. Now
this page.
There's a post on here. Where's that post on there?
I saw him. I know you just saw him too. Oh.
Yeah.
He shared. Oh wait, he shared a live video from a page? Oh, okay. Never mind. I was I thought he uploaded it. Okay, so we know that again. This is his just by.
And there's a post on here again on this page pertaining to me about being something.
The first one. Okay, that's it.
That was up there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah. No, 15 November. So this is just after the incident with Military Purple Heart.
Yeah. Well, we won't go into this one too much, but you can find it for yourself. November 15th, 2018. He starts talking about my husband.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I'd like to point out one thing, though. We also know how this same guy and others like all the political groups he's sharing his tripe with also disapprove of Woody Williams. Woody Williams, sir, I love you. I've met you one time, and you're the grandpa I wish I had. And then some Gold Star family supporting Senator Joe Manchin. What's next? You want to start making ranting, hate-filled videos against them too. I have no problem with any of those people.
He also says, we have worked with Woody, Gold Star families, and James McCormick talking about himself.
For years. So this is him talking about himself again.
This is him using West Virginians for truth to stick up for himself.
Well, here's the thing. Exactly. So this will let you know it's him too. And he closes with, so let us exercise our constitutional right by saying, buzz off, clown. Because in a video I made responding to his little rants and stuff, I called him a clown a few times. So that's him basically saying.
This post used to have like 30-something comments on it, and I got screenshots of all the comments, by the way.
Yeah, he deleted a bunch of comments off of it. Yeah. That's what he does. He censors. That's just who he is.
He was actually arguing with some person. I don't know.
So, but this was like back in November, and then, stuff goes on. I mean,
This one really bothers me.
Yeah.
He just accused my husband of stolen valor. Hey, remind you though, of the video and what he said in the second video.
Oh, yeah.
What did it say again? I want to quote it word for word here. Stolen valor and false accusations are probably the two worst things you can commit outside of child molestation. Your own words, McCormick, your own words. And now you're accusing my husband of stolen valor.
Yeah. So we just received a video made by a veteran in Beckley, West Virginia, November 11th. So I've never said stolen valor or talked about combat injuries or anything like that. It's ludicrous. You're a joke. You are. You're making these insinuations and lying. Bullface lying. I mean, you just go watch the video. We're going to have to host a website and put all this stuff up on a website or on a Facebook page or something like that, which I'm sure he'll report and try to get it taken down. But, it's just insane. And it's going to go on and on and on. That's why we're doing this, to just expose everything we found out about him and all his crap. So, but this is why posts like this and stuff he continues on, talks bad about me to this, that, and the other. So,
I made several comments before, and once they were taken down. He likes to censor people.
Yeah,
and
he likes to
delete people's comments.
Yeah, that's a comment that she put, and then he deleted it. So
I take screenshots of everything now because of this whole ordeal. But this post really bothered me personally. I take this post personal.
Yeah, and it's like he said, for finding false reports and this idea. I'll tell you what, when the results of those reports come back, I'll share them with you.
Oh, here he's like making fun of
a typo.
Commissioner. Yeah, a typo.
Yeah.
I made the comment of that's just like really childish. This is after he stopped working, by the way, January 22nd. He doesn't.
Yeah, this is right after. I think it was like the 18th or something like that. So, I mean, he's got a problem with, resigning from the WVDA, which I think was a great thing for the state and the veterans in our agriculture in the state.
Okay, so I want to we've been doing this for like an hour now. There's so much more that I know that I'm going to be leaving out, and I hate to leave it on, this note, because I feel like I'm leaving so much out. There's one more thing that I wanted to go over. This is what's scary. He is using all of these groups. Legislation efforts this year. He's trying to go to D.C. and speak for veterans of West Virginia. And he's using all of these groups to do so. You can take a look for yourself. This is November 18th, 2017. Notice the legislation he's trying to get passed he will benefit from. Yeah. Mind you.
And he's got this thing too.
More money. He wants more money for his programs and to be taken out of state control and put into the public sector.
Yeah. And I've noticed a lot of his stuff too is like with these legislations and all these groups and special councils that say he wants to create. He doesn't have much respect unless you're a combat wounded veteran. So if you did your time in the military and served honorably and got out without being injured in combat, getting a purple. Oh, he's big on that. I mean, huge, but from what I've understood, he doesn't have any respect for those who don't have the awards and have been wounded in combat and everything like that. From what I've seen in his posts, and everything he tries to do is you must, hey, to be part of this group or organization and this legislation, you need to have a Purple Heart or an award of some sort. It's like, you know what? There's people out there that are not, service related, combat injured, that are just as smart and just as qualified to be part of programs. So
okay, so he posted this legislation efforts this year from Veterans Council for Economic Security, and he's basically talking about going to DC for all of these groups.
Yeah, this was in 2017, November 2017.
He comments from Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture, which we know he runs.
Yeah.
Basically saying we are with you 100%.
Mind you, this is his page, Veterans Council for Economic Security, and he's going to one of his other page, commenting back on his
saying
page.
We're with you 100%. Okay, military or the Purple Heart, West Virginia. This post
That's another page of his. So he goes back to the military of the Purple Heart saying, yeah, let us unite as veterans this year.
And then he goes onto his personal page.
So he's like in the fifth.
I don't even know.
These look good. In fact, they look like a few we ran 4 years ago.
We would like to work with you. Work with yourself? I have a problem with this. I have a big problem with this.
And look, I'm going to say this.
You are not going to speak on behalf of every veteran.
No.
You are not going to go to D.C. and speak for every veteran in this state.
Finding out all this stuff about you, and you brought this on yourself by attacking me.
He knows what to do. He's a lobbyist, after all.
I know, right? You brought this on yourself by attacking me personally, and then just simply because I said the military of the Purple Heart shouldn't be used to support a political candidate. And then it de-evolved from there, and you lost your shit. Yeah, I said it. And then try to defame me to make me look like the bad guy, when in fact it's you. So I'm like, who does stuff like this? So that's why we looked into you, and we'll continue to look into you and see everything until you're fully exposed on everything you've ever done. So you better start thinking about everything you've ever pulled and done and start backpedaling. But that's okay. We have screenshots and copies of it all.
Yeah, if this starts disappearing, by the way, you're going to look really, really bad.
Yeah, and the thing is this is just the tip of the iceberg on stuff we have.
It gets much more deeper, but like I said, we don't have this organized.
Where's this raising cane farm? That's a perfect.
It would take us forever to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, this number one, pay attention to number one on here, because this is really...
They can go and read this.
Yeah.
It's a long list of stuff.
If everything gets deleted, just ask me for it, and I will be happy to give it to you.
To go in... So his claim to fame is agriculture. That's what he's under a whole bunch of stuff.
Doesn't have any experience in...
Look, his raising cane farms, go back to the beginning of it, 2012. He's begging for donations to get his stuff up and running. He's trying to raffle off some cabin. There's a picture of it right there. To get a cabin, raffle it off, put vets out there.
He didn't even have the cabin, though.
No, he didn't.
He was trying to buy raffles for the cabin so he could buy the cabin.
And it's my understanding that Farmer Veteran Coalition gave him money, a grant, to do stuff on his farm. Where's your farm?
That's not his farm, brother. That's not right here. This is Eric Grandin. Yeah.
Click here to support Raising Cane Farms commercial bamboo project. Give me money, give me money, give me money.
He didn't even know anything about sorghum or anything. He was asking people, hey, do you have any seeds?
Go back to the beginning of this page, and you'll see he's asking people, hey, do you have seeds?
I can't because my
I know, it's fine. You don't have to. I'm telling people to go take a look at it. Go look. Do your own investigation and start looking at it. Be objective and just think, like, how it looks. And,
is this one of his, too?
Oh, probably.
I never looked into that. I've seen in that picture on.
I don't know. Oh, that's funny. I talked to him about that. That's awesome. That was my industrial hemp when I applied for the program to grow industrial hemp. Was to do reclamation on mine property. And I spoke to him about that on the phone a while back. That's what I wanted to do, was use it for reclamation purposes.
Oh, yeah, it's his page. Oh, here's another page of his.
Well, because industrial hemp is now legalized, so he wants to get on that.
Wow, look at this. Oh yeah,
my
no,
gosh. I knew that. You know what? I knew that.
I didn't have it.
No, because I pulled that where he used that right there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
No, well, no, you did because I told you, and it's just like, ugh, another one, and we didn't really go into it because I'm sure there's more out there.
Yeah, I got really tired after a while.
The dude's a Facebook champ. I mean, he got all these pages, and he just goes Agrarian Innovation Coalition. Is that
Check it
familiar?
out. A new site dedicated to advancing agriculture.
Agrarian Innovation Coalition. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, is that the other one?
It's on his personal page, I do believe.
Yeah, who knows? But, you know, if he started his farm in 2012 and it's now 2019, he should have a huge crop of bamboo and sorghum.
There's nothing.
And it should be well established. I mean, but we can't find anything. There's no, like I said previously, there's no state or federal records of him having a farm or its location. It's all P.O. box this, P.O. box that. That's what people do when they hide stuff, is they use P.O. boxes and stuff. So, and also on his Raising Cane Farms, there was a woman asking for bamboo poles for a banister railing she wanted to do, and he basically put her off, and never really answered or got around to her because there was none. So, that's about it.
No, I have a few points that I wanted to bring up.
Oh, sure.
Oh, where is it? Oh, there's so much. Do you see all of it?
I mean, 7 years, you should have a well-established farm. Pretty well-established farm. Oh, yes. You see his pulpit there in the background, and there's his consignment. This is off his consignment shop page, or his wife's consignment shop page.
That's where he holds his mass.
Right. That's his church.
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
You know, I mean, if he wants to be a Facebook preacher, that's you know.
I bet had screenshots.
Well, there's a screenshot asking for cabin donations, I think.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Looking at the cabin, still need to raise some funds. $9K for parts, $3K to build. Anyone know where a camper trailer can be found?
He wanted two of these things so he could put people in on his farm.
September 11th to September 19th, 2011 from this one. This was part of his wanting to build. And basically, when he first started his farm, he was asking everybody for donations and for this and for that and everything. You go look at it, you know.
To get it up and running.
He
was asking for money, and then he was asking for help. And whenever someone would, say, "Hey, I'm here," I don't think he'd ever be like, "Oh, okay, come on by. Here's the address."
Yeah. But again, like I said, we can't find any his farm. You know, nothing. There's nothing of it. Possibly some family property, but that's been looked at, and you know, there's no sign of anything there. But you know, maybe we're wrong. Prove us wrong. Show us these gigantic crops of whatever. You know, you're this agriculture guy, right? You have a farm. I mean, that's your claim to fame, Mr. Agriculture, better than agriculture. I mean, you go around talking this, that, and the other, and do you even have a farm? I mean, I do. I have a 7-acre farm. It's not huge, but it's something.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing stuff, and that's why I'm going through here, but I know it's just
a ton of stuff.
If I see anything else, I'll post it. But yeah, I guess that concludes the video.
It's a long one.
It's a long one, and I'm sorry for the length. Those of you who are interested enough in all of this, I'm sure you'll watch it. But anyways, that is McCormick. God.
And there's a lot of stuff in the works too that, you know, once I get results back from it, I handle things the right way, and for his actions and everything he's pulled against me, he's been reported, like he knows. And only one person has been told about those reports. So either he's received something official from those organizations, from OGC and everything, Office of General Counsel in Washington, D.C., which he mentions. And those are for his actions violating his VSO against a veteran. Yeah, it's a serious thing when you expose someone's personal private information online. You know, it's not okay like that.
I just felt like it was I think he made a Facebook video on his own personal page, and he kind of hinted around running for.
Oh yeah, after he left the WVDA, he said some in a video. People were like, "Oh, are you going to run for commissioner?" And
that's another reason why I felt like this video had to come out.
Yeah, he doesn't belong anywhere around anything. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But I guess this concludes everything for now. And like I said, if you feel free to contact us if you have any need for information,
or any questions.
A lot, or any questions on anything or clarification. We have it all copied and tons and tons of it. But there'll be more forthcoming. We'll make another video, hopefully a shorter one. But this one was the main big one to try to get most of everything out there and just show the James McCormick show, what he's all about, and him. But you'll notice that across all his pages.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been recording. I'm just kidding.
Lovely. All right.
All right.